We're here for Sunday Night Modern for the 18th of, we're in August now, right? Yeah, that sounds about right.
August, yeah.
We have Alex on the left playing Mardu, Death Shadow, and Jake on the right playing some sort of green-red mid-range brew.
Oh, you were correct about that. I thought he was definitely on Scape Shift like he usually is, but there's a Tarmogoyf in that hand.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's just like a bunch of efficient creatures at every spot on the curve, that kind of thing. Looks like we're both taking mulligans here.
Mm-hmm.
Mardu Shadow, probably. I'm not too familiar with this deck, but I assume.
Neither am I. No,
I assume it's just playing the new Ranger Captain of Eos plus like Lingering Souls.
Think
that kind of thing.
Any Pyromancer will show up here.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how heavy into red he is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm all about it. I've seen this list pop up a couple times, and I'm like, I've never seen anyone play it for real, so I'm excited to see what Alex got. He's a big fan of Shadow archetypes, so hoping he can at least show us how it's done. I think Jake kept his 7.
Yep, looks like it. He's got 7 cards sitting there.
Math is fun.
This is another mulligan?
It might be, actually.
Okay.
We will see.
It's unfortunate. I don't know.
He's going to leverage it. He's then going to have 2 discard spells in the opener. He's going to be like, oh, we're fine. We're going to be on par with whatever you got going. Bauble, lands. This doesn't look too bad.
There's a path, too.
There's a path.
So you can answer whatever the first threat is.
I think he ditched the bauble there.
Okay, so that's only the first mulligan.
What do we got?
Who's in commentary today? I'm Andrew. I'm usually here these days, actually.
And I'm Dakota. I usually play, but I just didn't want to do math today, so here I am.
Yeah, he's one of the Hardened Scales players you guys have probably seen on the camera a few times. If you guys are in chat, let me know if I sound like echoey or anything. It sounds a little weird in my ears. I don't know if that's just me or if that's going to the stream too. Sounds okay now? Okay.
Thanks, Dank MTG. All right. So far, very exciting. We have 3 lands been put into play here. Khaki versus khaki.
Yeah, basically.
Very true.
That's shocking on 1.
See, here he is. He's doing it.
Yeah.
Told you.
Didn't matter.
What do you take out of this, Andrew?
It's an interesting pile. What is the
weird
old card there?
What is that? He doesn't know either.
Yeah, of course he doesn't know either. I can't tell what that says. That's an enchantment of some sort, I think. What do you mean we got a reader? You're telling me you know what that card is?
Please tell us. And then we'll look it up and see if you're right.
Of course.
It's not an answer.
You still haven't answered. You still haven't told me what it is.
We got a Goify boy. It's kind of big.
Alex, of course, already has an answer for that in hand here.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to have a hard time getting any creatures on the board with 2 bolts that he knows about, though. He has a Tide Hollow Sculler in hand. That's an interesting inclusion. I didn't think about that.
What does that one do again?
That one is like Kite Sail Freebooter, basically,
but
except it's a 2/2 gold card that's white-black. But it has the old text. So it has 2 separate triggers, one when it enters and one when it leaves. So if for example, you were to play Tide Hollow Sculler and target your opponent, and then Tide Hollow Sculler leaves the battlefield before the trigger resolves, their card just gets exiled forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why they made it all one text now.
Yeah, instead of 2 separate?
Yeah, because you'd be able to abuse stuff like that. German Lightning Bolt.
That card costs 3 mana and is
Oh,
an
you know
enchantment.
what? That's Seismic Assault. That's what that is.
Is it?
Yes. So this is probably like green-red Loam.
Okay, I'm about both of these decks then. I would love to see these decks here. Post Horizons. Look at that land. You see that forest he played? I want to tell you a little something about that forest. That forest is from the special Euro set release. And that picture of it is a little forest in Germany that the artist had some interpretation of and painted for the card.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's all in on Ren and 6. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. If you're playing stuff like Seismic Assault, you're definitely all in on Ren and 6.
Probably got 4 of them.
In fact, I think I'm going to change the name to green-red Loam on there. Yeah.
Magic. Movie magic here at the Game Storm stream. God, so we've had some exchanges.
Drag Tusk.
I never
Can't cast that one yet.
don't like that card.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable against poor Faithless Looting, Double Phoenix, Double Bolt. So he's fetching again. They always like. Yeah, he's moved the dice outside the camera.
Untapped.
But I think he's at 11 now. Sacred Foundry? No?
Yeah, he's just got lands here. Land. I think I see a Captain of the Eos. I'm not sure what that card he's playing with is.
I think that's a path. Actually.
Yeah, that's that dual decks path.
Yeah, nobody uses that art, but yeah, there it is.
It's there. It's an art you can get. Yeah, no, Mark Aguilera, he likes to play things like Blackwood tokens and Mono Red Phoenix, and he is all about that Path to Exile. It's his favorite path.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Ten.
cool
Yeah,
if for no other reason other than it's not popular.
It's a very hipster move, Mark Aguilera.
Man, everyone's on Snowlands now.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't really like any of the new snow arts.
I agree with that assessment. It doesn't, but now it's just, now you can play Snowlands.
It's true. Doesn't mean you should. Yeah, that's a Ranger Captain.
All right, that's not. Does he have another land? Ooh, I wouldn't have done it this way. Maybe I would.
It's fine.
It
replaces itself. Like, if he wants to bolt it, who cares? Because it already replaced itself with a new card.
But his only land in hand is the Sacred Foundry, so now he can't play the Death Shadow.
Yeah. Well, no, because he just played his third land.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my apologies.
That was the Polluted Delta.
Missed.
And then he fetched it for the swamp.
You are correct.
Game Storm hot takes. What do you mean hot takes?
Was it my chant about the forest? I thought that was a pretty hot take.
He got paths, so he's up a land.
Thank you.
Okay. What do you mean hot takes? Name one hot take from this whole stream so far. You can't. All these arts are trash. The lands suck. I'll play all spells. That wasn't said. Like, you're like. I didn't say all these arts are trash. I said the Snowland arts are trash.
So really,
and I don't know where you. I don't know where you're like. You're like 0.5 for 3 there.
I like how then Jake missed a land drop.
You didn't break me. I don't know what you're talking about. Tidehauler Skull are going to look at his hand. Doesn't want Seismic Assault to resolve.
Oh, well, looks like Alex is putting it together here.
Yep, Death Shadow.
Seems good.
Death Shadow as a 5/5. It's going to cycle whatever that land is called and dredge Loam for the draw step. Or not the draw step, the cycle.
Forgotten Cave.
He really wants to find that 5th land.
So he can play Thragtusk?
Yes.
That is his plan?
Yes, that is his plan. Currently, Thragtusk can trade with Death Shadow, as Death Shadow's a 5/5. So, okay, well, not anymore. It's unfortunate.
The rate of exchange here is amazing. I'm all about it.
Well, he gained 5. He's all the way up to 25 now. So he has some time to like draw out of this. Is that a path? Yes. That is path from a dual decks set of some sort. That
That
is
was-
the
you missed that.
only printing of Path with that art.
He missed that hot take.
Yeah. I don't know how we went over this already. Everything is mismatched. Yes, it is. It's very weird. He has an old godless shrine and a new godless shrine in play at the same time.
Tilt. Yeah, that's a pretty hard tilt. What's he draw? What's he got here?
Loam
Life
again.
from the Loam. All right. What are you going to do now? All right. Okay, I'm kind of in love with Loam to Forgotten Cave to draw cards. That seems...
Yeah,
I'm about it.
that's the whole point. That's part of what makes this playable.
What do you do here?
What did he just do?
You can flag-rate this one? What happened here? Missed it?
How did he do damage to that? Am I missing something? Lightning
Discarded
axe?
2. Like, he discarded the land and the stomping grounds to something. What is
Yeah.
Lightning Axe? Why would you discard 2, though? Is that what it says? Am I just...
No,
my
there's
bad?
no lightning axe in his graveyard either.
Well, he did it, because I feel like if it wasn't legit, Alex would have said something.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not how that works. Ooh.
Yeah, I can't tell what he did that would have possibly...
This Scooz seems good. It was whatever that card is, that first one he flipped. Because that was the top of his graveyard or exile when it happened.
No?
Well, let's see what he does. Maybe he'll do it again.
I think that's Thunderkin Awakener. I hope not.
Hey, Andrew, pull that card up. Pull that card up for the chat. What is Thunderkin Awakener?
It's definitely not Thunderkin Awakener. This is definitely not what that was.
That's not what it was.
There's no way. Yeah, the like lightning effect on it looks kind of similar.
Yeah.
But I would hope he's not playing this card in his deck. Anyway, let's look at sideboards. So, I didn't even see what happened at the end of that game.
Red-green ball lightning.
Oh, he had Seismic Assault in play.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, so Alex conceded because
Just-
he got
yeah,
hit
he's
by...
just gonna
Yeah,
get-
that's why.
Assaulted seismically.
The cam is stretched. Let me look at this. Let me figure out why this camera is stretched. Looks fine here. It's not stretched.
He's
No, it's at the default aspect ratio.
he's doing its best.
Yeah. Anyway, let's look at this. So
Blood Moon off of Jake's side seems great.
Yeah.
Anger of the Gods seems less great.
Nah, I wouldn't bring that in.
What did you bring here?
Long one way and 2 square when tapped. I don't. Here, you know what? I'll try. Yeah, it's Seismic Assault kill. That's what happened there. I just didn't notice the Seismic Assault was like all the way at the bottom of the screen. Let me like mess with the camera. Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, it is a little bit stretched. Let me see if I can fix that. Why is it like this? Yeah, it is actually very annoying. All right. What about this?
Brutality seems fine here. I'm all about that. Go.
That looks less stretched to me. But the only problem with this is that it's a little bit cut off on the top now.
I have to walk out for a 4th time and ask him to move the life counter dice. That's painful. Oops.
I'm going to go out there and try to adjust this so that it looks better.
You turn
Now
on
that we've realized the camera was stretched a bit.
Probably have to move this too. Nope, behind it. You're smarter than I am. All right, chat. Andrew's working on that. My name's Dakota, and I didn't want to do math today, so here I am. Looks like, here he is. Here he is messing with it. Yep, there we go. Power move. Whoever was upset about it seems to be pleased now, so I think we fixed it, Andrew. Good job.
Yeah, I don't really care about the dice. I can correct it.
Okay.
I just didn't keep it top. Play that to be cut off. All right, I think that's better. I don't really care about the life total dice because I usually just keep track of the life myself. We don't even usually have those dice. Dakota just happened to have them today. So that's fine. Anyway, Jake is up a game with green-red Loam here. I think he mostly got that win off of Alex hurting himself a bunch and then Seismic Assault just getting 6 damage in at the end.
Won you a game. I bolt you. We did it.
Mm-hmm. And that's a danger of fetching and shocking yourself and thought seizing a bunch.
to 8 for the sake of a creature for 1 mana.
You saw a YouTube video and it drove you insane. You know, yeah, I probably should have noticed that sooner. I don't know how I didn't notice it sooner that it was like that.
Here's where you're ahead there, cute bunny. Is that when I do this, I don't have a Twitch, so I just have to message these guys in a private chat we have, and they almost never get it in time. So you are 10 steps ahead of me here.
This does look way better though. I see what you mean with yeah. Yeah, this is much better. I need to correct that on the sideboard scene in OBS. It also has the stretched version. Let me correct that there. Okay. And then on this one, it's also stretched. Yeah. All right, that's way better.
Misty Mountain. All right.
Oh man, he's got mismatched Tarmogoyfs too. This is awful.
He has the worst Tarmogoyf to match with anything. There are 101 better Tarmogoyfs than that. Just thinking. So here's Alex. Okay, so he did the right thing. Alex was in a position where he goes, I can hurt myself and draw cards, and maybe I'll draw my first land. And he didn't do that, probably because he's not a bad Magic player. And he can't hope to just kill himself into lands.
Whoops. I'm trying to shrink this thing a little bit because it's now cutting into the. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had to do that. Let's just make everything smaller. That way it doesn't cut into the screen more. I like this better anyway. I always thought our text was a little big.
It's very refined now. Cleaned it up.
I'll have to make this more uniform later, but I think for now, let's do this. I think that looks a lot better. So it's not just huge.
It's huge.
Oh wait, this text needs to get smaller too. There we go. It looks much better. Can watch your videos again now without going insane. You know,
Yay!
I appreciate that.
That is +1 for our books.
I feel like most people would have just, in your shoes, would have just looked at our videos and been like, well, I'm never coming back here again.
Well, thank you. Loam. I'm all about the Loam. I'm excited to see both Mardu and green-red Loam. This is a testament to the modern format.
You don't typically see these at top tables, so. Why not put the deck names next to player names? You know, that's a good question.
see how it looks since we're already here doing it.
Yeah, I can try it. Let me
Got
try
this.
this.
For anyone watching the match, we have a land in play. Looks like we had a mulligan to 6 here on Alex's side, and I believe Jake kept to 7.
Do we like it better like this? Like
This looks good. I like the dash mark.
like just taking this off and just putting this in the center, like that. Just we'll try it like this for today. And
Tell us what you think.
yeah. Let me remove these.
That's the ugly Tarmogoyf, the Ultimate Masters one. It's no good.
I'm gonna remove these deck names. There we go.
Ooh, going to 17. All right.
Make the deck name a little smaller so I know which one's the deck and which is the name of the player.
Let's get out.
Okay, so what you've just said there is the reason why they were separated before. Because if I have them all be one thing, I can't adjust. Unfortunately,
Hard no.
yeah.
Draws a card.
I'm pretty sure people can accurately guess which one is a person's name and which one is the name of a deck.
What do we got here?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Here's Tarmogoyf. Currently only
Sorcery
a-
lands?
Yeah, that is the worst Goyf. Until you have some guy named Judd in mid-range on camera. That is the worst Goyf. I really don't like it.
So we have 14?
Yeah.
Is he killing himself super hard?
I mean, that's what Death Shadow does.
I know. It's very confusing. I used to play Burn, and this was a matchup that is just very odd. You'd think Burn would win it, but, their creatures are bigger and their removal is better. And if
He
you
has
get to that
paths.
point... Oh, he has paths? Yeah, that's definitely an upgrade for these Shadow lists, is they can run path now.
Well, like every Shadow list is in white now. I mean, if they're like Esper or Unearth, okay.
I'm about
They
it.
cycled
What
it.
did he just draw? Looked like a...
That was a Celestial Purge. That's the
full art one?
full art.
Interesting.
I forget the name of that promo. I don't remember what it was.
player rewards.
Player Rewards promo. Yeah. That's
He's
it.
like, this is fine, I guess. I think he wants different mana here, but he's got all his colors, so I don't know what he could hope for.
All right, shocks himself down to 12 with the Blood Crypt. And passes. So he's just holding up like a million different removal spells here. He has Path, Celestial Purge, and Bolt held up right now. And Jake fetches down to 16.
Celestial Purge is the red or black permanent one, right? It says get the red or black permanent.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
Didn't Mardu just top 8 Birmingham GP2? I
Not
don't.
that updated on my knowledge
I don't
here.
know, but I
That's-
guess I could check.
It's very recent, so August 18th, literally today. So don't know. Mardu Shadow,
Mardu
literally
Shadow
first place
won.
with a Hex Parasite in the main board. You know what?
Yeah, I'm looking at the list right now, and yeah, it looks like about what this guy's playing.
Seismic Assault in play. Celestial Purge on the Seismic Assault. That seems good.
I didn't even think about that. That's a really nice sideboard card for this matchup.
Yeah. Still, in response, going to get him for 6, but...
Seismic Assault only does
This-
2.
Why did you...
It only shocks.
Why did you path this now? Why did you not path it earlier? Because you want to hurt yourself. Got it. And he's got a Death Shadow to back it up. All right, this is a good line. I'm all about this.
Did he take the hit?
I think he did, yeah. Because the thing was tapped, and then he pathed it, but Seismic Assault came in after the tapping, so...
Okay. They released every player's list in a Google Doc too. Oh, that's new.
That's easy to read.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Just having more data is good in general.
Ooh, another removal spell. This is...
He's gonna have to find like actual threats soon.
He has a Shadow right now.
Oh,
With a
okay.
Temur
Yeah,
Battle
that's
Rage
good.
ready for next turn.
What is Hex Parasite good for?
That's a good question.
I'm looking at the Mardu Shadow list you're talking about right now. I have it pulled up in front of me.
One of Hex Parasite.
It has a one of Hex Parasite.
Which
in
I'm
there.
all about. I think that's... I don't know what it's doing, but I think it's awesome. Planeswalker removal?
Does he? Maybe he really was specking against. It's a tutor target. Yeah, obviously. So things I can think of off the top of my head that it is good against. Definitely infect.
All right, and this kind of deck would not be about that. So.
Hardened scales, I guess.
Yeah, this is a 1 in the hole against Hardened Scales. They don't see it coming, and you have this, and you just keep saying you have no counters.
They
This
have
is pretty good.
912 deck lists posted from the event.
Wow.
This is probably a very, very large Google Doc. Okay, no, it's just a bunch of links. This is interesting, though.
Still about it. What do we got here? Looks like so far Jake's played a land. We have a Bolt coming at the end step. Does he just win?
Yeah, I don't think they've ever done this before for a GP.
Come on, Alex. I don't know what is this guy at? He's 13 minus 5. That's 8. There's got to be enough here, right?
Yeah, plus Team or Battle Rage. Yeah,
He's
should
got
be
it.
enough. Should be enough.
What removal does he have for this? Oh, he's cycling.
He's
so
gotta
he's
find-
got
he's looking
something.
I don't think he does. In red, you need like triple bolt.
Come on, just boom. Do you have it? Does he have it?
Oh, Beast Within. Yeah,
There you go.
I don't think he plays it, but yeah.
Also costs 3 mana, so he couldn't get there this time. Which would be like the worst. Like you're like, I swear I have a removal spell, and that's what you top deck is the one you can't cast. You're like, oh well, we tried.
Mardu Shadow definitely scary. Death Shadow decks in general are pretty scary. The Grixis list that everyone was playing a while ago, it could just feel hopeless sometimes. When they had like everything, they had like the Stubborn Denial, the Teamer Battle Rage, the like,
snap.
when they just had all of it, it like felt unbeatable. Esper less so because no Teamer Battle Rage. Yeah, Esper definitely tries to play a longer game. Mardu looks like it just wants to close out as quickly as possible. There were 0 Blue-Red Phoenix decks in the day 2 of the SCG team event this weekend.
Ouch.
I wouldn't take that as an indication of anything because it's a team event.
That's a good analysis. That's fair.
I think other than just saying there were no Phoenix decks in day 2, like I think reading any further into that is probably a mistake. Just because of the way team events work. Now, where I would say that you could like actually get some information, it means that Phoenix is not good right now. Explain to me how you came to that conclusion, because if the data you gave me was modern players playing Phoenix at the SCG team event had these records and they were bad records, then I could say yes. That means Phoenix is not good right now. However, because it's a team event, the Phoenix players could theoretically be winning all of their matches and just losing because their other 2 team members are losing. Like, I don't think all the top players were off it and hasn't performed in a recent event. That's because all the top players aren't Hogak.
Yeah. Three-two chickens are only so good when you have an 8/8 trampler.
Blue Red Phoenix can't beat Hogak.
Yeah,
I
sounds-
disagree with that. Mono Red's scary right now too. Yeah,
Mono Red's pretty- I'm about
I
it.
agree with that. If I was going to play Phoenix right now, I'd be playing Mono Red.
I would agree.
Hogak needs banned.
People have feelings about it.
It probably does.
This is one feeling. Dank MTG, ban it. I agree. I am the other feeling. Ban it. You don't need this card.
And I'm saying this as someone that's been playing Hogak since like a week before it came out. Yeah, it
And
probably
unbanned
does
twin.
at this point.
See, I never hate that idea. I never hate the idea of unbanning cards. I'm like, how bad could it be? You just reban it. We're back to where we started. Oops. That can't be that terrible.
I don't think you should ban something and unban something in the same
I
announcement,
agree
though.
with that. I'm just as a general.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of people want to unban Twin. I don't think it'd be that bad. Mix it all
Mix
up,
it all
unban
up,
everything.
Yeah.
Just restart. Actually, we're going to 6th addiction now. That's the new
There's
plan.
some cards that are on there for very good reason. Storm definitely does not need Seething Song back. Thank you.
Let's not have KCI back for the pure reason of nobody has the time. What do we got here? Tide Hollow Sculler? What's that card called? Tide Hollow Sculler?
Only one card that has been unbanned has been rebanned, and 9 cards since Modern have been unbanned, period. Yeah, exactly.
Golgari Grave Troll. Am I right? Is that the card?
They don't really like to bring stuff back. Yeah, it just brings so many problems with it.
The what ifs and the what if we just don't.
Does it matter when you have
Treasure Cruise and Summer Bloom? No, I mean I guess not.
Does it matter when you have KCI Twin Pod, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, and Summer Bloom? What do you mean, does it matter? Does what matter? The format? The health of the format in general? I guess not.
Give them Artifact. All right, here's the thing, though. If we do that,
does Seething Song matter if all those cards are legal? Probably not.
KCI plus Artifact lands of any color seems even more terrible. Like, look, I did it again. Ranger Captain Vios into the Shadow. Is that it? Ranger's just a dude now, or does he have a die effect too?
It's a 3/3 and it has an extra ability that says sacrifice it. Your opponent can't cast non-creature spells this turn.
This card's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm about this card.
It's very good.
It's not like you need all of the bolt to kill it. Doesn't always die to Fatal Push. Still not dead yet.
What is happening right now?
There we go.
Okay, he's bolting it still in his turn, so he can't upkeep sack it to prevent it from... no, there's no...
Blood Moon. See, I said this card was good. Here it is. Here it is in the game.
There's a swamp in his hand, though. Why couldn't they make it a 1/1? I don't know. It's like very above rate for a 3-drop as a 3/3. Okay, so he's only casting black spells for the rest of this game, basically.
You're...
And he's at 13, so he can't cast this Death Shadow. He can unearth
Ranger
Captain again. Black spells and Teamer Battle Rage. That's true.
Black spells and Teamer Battle Rage.
Oh, yeah, he did also just cut himself off of green. And Bolt probably. Yeah.
Fetches a mountain. His whole hand is nothing now because he has only mountains left. Oh, good old two-way Blood Moon.
Why is he looking at Hex Parasite? Okay, so he's definitely using the exact list that we were reading.
Yeah.
Hex Parasite doesn't help you here.
Does not help.
You just get another Death Shadow.
That seems good. So now Jake needs to top deck into a forest to keep playing this game.
I think he has one. I think Jake misplayed by not fetching basic forest up the wooded foothills in his hand.
He drew the. I think he drew the Blood Moon this turn.
Yeah.
Oops, I got.
I mean, that's still a misplay, right?
I would agree, yeah.
Because it's like you put Blood Moon in your deck, you should prepare to draw Blood Moon.
Prepare to draw Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Both of those cards are not basic forests.
He could have fetched that turn for it. That's also true. Instead of just playing, he played a different land. It was either the mountain or the stomping ground. I don't remember. He played a different land and then cast Blood Moon. Now his fetch is just turned off forever.
Now he's literally just digging.
I mean, he's a 2-color deck. I'm sure he has a decent number of forests.
And this is his plan. He's like, eventually, he can't cast Life from the Loam, so I guess that's an oops. Go. Yep.
Why do you play basic? It's a free stomping ground. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but that Hex Parasite's now in Alex's hand, by the way.
That's even.
So he's going to cast that now.
Do you? No.
Okay. He's just attacking for 3 and passing. Well, he can't cast the Death Shadows in his hand because he's at 13.
He's still at 13.
Yeah. He's got to wait for Jake to hit him at all. Imagine if he mills over his only basic forest and dies to Ranger Captain Beats. There's no way he has only one basic forest in a 2-color deck. He can. Casting Death Shadow is a legal play right now, yes.
I love those legal plays. Oh, that's also not anything that helps you. He's got another mountain.
Why not just put Hex Parasite on the board?
What's it? I don't think it does. Does it have a power?
Yeah, it's a 1/1, isn't it?
I thought it was a 0/2, and then you got the +1, the +X+0 counters for every counter you took off of something.
No, it's a 1/1.
Is it a 1/1? All right.
Yeah.
That is my mistake.
Yeah, there's no downside to casting it. Oh, what is this? I forget the name of this card.
What is that? How did he do this? He looks like he's discarding or activating an ability, maybe? Oh, there's the forest. Game's on.
Is that Worm Harvest?
Something like that.
Sounds right.
I'm going to get 2 more cycle lands. Now I'm going to draw more cards.
Yeah, it's Worm Harvest. You discarded it to Faithless Looting, I believe is what happened there. Yep, gonna keep attacking you.
Step 1, deal damage.
Cycle 2 lands. He's going to be able to retrace Worm Harvest to make, what, 5 worm tokens? That's a big deal.
How big are worm tokens? Are they like
They're
the big
1/1
they're
worm
big
tokens.
1/1 worm tokens? Ah, that's not nearly as cool.
Discards Blood Moon and Loam again, probably.
You think Alex has an answer to this Blood Moon, or do you think like he's just locked? Like that's it.
I would be surprised if he hasn't one. When is the spoiler season for the next standard set? It should be coming up relatively soon, right? Yeah, they spoiled a couple cards at that one event.
It's the Throne of Eldraine.
Mhm.
White fairies.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know when the spoiler season officially starts, though.
Well, it's not like a Marvel movie. They don't just tell you. You gotta go find them.
No, they throw them all over the
I
internet.
know. Just like
That was the dual deck or whatever ones, right? Yeah. Brawl cards? No. Well, I actually don't know. I know they're trying to make Brawl a thing again. I guess I don't actually pay enough attention to Magic news as I should, but I guess there's.
Just
Oh
about.
yeah, they're making like Brawl decks, aren't they? Yeah. Okay.
You can get that dumb new mana rock for Brawl.
One of them was a commander-related thing. Yeah, it was a mana rock.
They got this new card in the commander set. I don't remember what it's called. Here's what it does. You play it, enters the battlefield tapped. All right, whatever. When it untaps on your next turn, it has the new ability that says tap and exile it. Reverse the order of the game. I don't know how many people out there play Commander, but that just sounds awesome. There's one thing I wish I could do. It would be pass the turn, wait for you to finish, and then pass the turn back to me. It would be great. Who's in the tank here? Is it Alex?
I don't understand. There's no downside to just casting Hex Parasite at any point.
You think that's
Commander
what
is
he's
so
stuck
high
on?
variance. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Competitive Commander is kind of a meme.
Gross. It's not.
Yeah, I definitely see Commander as just a fun format and not.
You enjoy with your buddies.
Yeah.
You can sit around for an hour or two if you want.
Jake goes to read Hex Parasite, modern staple Hex Parasite.
Hey man, I just want a GP.
It did just win at
just win a
GP.
GP.
It is now a modern staple. It can eat the counters on tracker. We found the line.
That's the line. He's got the swamp to not have to pay. Wait, actually, I think he probably wants to pay life, doesn't he? Can pay the Phyrexian mana a couple times.
Man, he's going to be able to retrace this Worm Harvest and get like 8 worm tokens.
You think he's even saw that line yet?
Eat the counters, play the life, play Shadow, play another Shadow. Yeah, I mean, it's actually relevant here. As silly as it is that's
Here we
actually like a use for it, because of the fact that he's able to get rid of a counter, he can actually like find a way to hurt himself to be able to get these Death Shadows into play. Cindervines. Well, there's another way he can hurt himself now. Now that Cindervines is in play.
I'm like, I can just play into Cindervines. Who do you now? At this point, I'm just confused as to who is favored. Probably still Jake.
I'm not sure.
That's how I feel.
Because if at any point Alex gets like takes some damage and just puts 2 Death Shadows into play, like the advantage bar swings all the way to
All the way
side.
to his side, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oops, my dudes are big and nasty, and I can give them trample.
Okay, but Seismic Assault definitely complicates things. Because he can't let his life drop too low, because then he just gets like knocked out of the game by getting lands thrown at his stuff. Yeah, so the Hex Parasite line is gone because he's gotten a land thrown at it. There's an Unearth. So he can unearth his Hex Parasite if he wants to.
I'm all about it. What are you doing?
He's probably cycling Unearth. That probably is the better play. Yeah, I'm just going to cycle it. Yeah, that land doesn't help. I think you want to cast it. What can you draw that isn't dead?
Well, that's what you got to ask yourself before you do it.
Well, this deck plays a one of plains and 1 of swamp. So,
And well, I guess it makes sense to run that many
cards you could draw that are not dead right now are Nile Spellbomb, Fatal Push, more Death Shadows, but like basically everything else is dead. Parasite at least gives a line. Yeah, that's true.
This is true. The out, you're like, this is a thing I can
Yeah,
do.
I mean, there's a counter on it now. If he had gone for the Parasite line, he could have set himself up to win in a couple turns here.
Is this probably a game then? Not quite, but close. We're just gonna see some.
No, because like he's still at 13.
Seismic Assault and lands, and like there's a lot of lands.
Yeah,
in
how
his
many
hands.
lands does he
A
have in
lot.
play?
I think there's 6 cards in his hand and
He can
5 of them. are lands.
Cindervines his own Blood Moon. That is correct. That is a legal play.
This is the thing.
I think he has to block this to not die, right? 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, there's
10.
no tokens, and if you
Yeah,
block that, then that's
he has
seems
to
like a good
block
trade.
this to not die. He has enough damage in Seismic Assault activations here. I was thinking a lot about this. I don't think he has any other lines at this point.
He's in the what can I draw step still. He's like, what do I draw into here?
I wonder if I'd assume he just never saw the Hex Parasite line. Because he had a lot of opportunity to go for it. So
Even he's wondering why that card's in the deck still. Like, why did this guy run this card? Like, doesn't make any sense. It is the next level play. Oh, this is about Cindervining Blood Moon. My bad.
he's got to block.
He's got a block, yeah.
There are 5 lands in Jake's hand. That's 10 damage. He has to block.
Ooh.
He's not blocking?
Is not block. Looks he's switching the die up, man. This is why we have the die. But he's passing the turn.
I'm confused.
He's just dead on end step now? Mishra's Bauble, okay. What do you do here?
How is he not just dead? What? Unless I'm just really bad at counting life totals, which is possible.
Well, he's not at 10 because I can see the die and his life total is above the 10.
Yeah, he'd be at 9 because this hits him for 4.
You correct.
He's just waiting to do it later? Or does he not have enough lands? He
It
might
looks
only
like-
have 4 in his hand, not 5. I could have miscounted there too. If he only has 4 lands, that means he could only put him to 1.
Then Cindervines? Could you Cindervine Seismic Assault, like, for the ultimate salt? At the very end, you're like, yeah, and because the game's over, do this.
He has Loam anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So that still doesn't make any sense because he had enough mana to just Loam and then throw more lands at him.
I just want to say how much work this Blood Moon has done.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Alex's hand, he has
A lot.
plenty of stuff to do. He has a Wear Tear for the Seismic Assault. Like, he had like answers to everything.
Blood Moon just said, 3-color deck, my favorite.
Yeah.
What other red spells this deck has? There isn't any. There's
Bolt, Teamer, Battle
Bolt,
Rage.
Teamer, Battle Rage.
Yeah. Couple sideboard cards.
Ouchie.
What is he looking for? Okay, he's at 2 now apparently.
Boom. Pretty sure he just did it. How is this game not over?
No, he's 1 land short. Remember?
But is he though? Because now he's just gonna. There it is,
Yep.
gentlemen. That is a game. Good job.
Yeah,
boys.
he had the last land. he
Top
needed.
decks the land. I
That
like
one-
how we